And for the synonym, I would use pained expression. So it's a face you would make when you were disgusted with something, or you get injured. You're trying really hard not to scream or cry. And then 11 is Holocaust, so the lowercase h, a large-scale destruction, especially by fire. So that's how they ended up with Holocaust, capital H, when we look at World War II. And we're going to read a book this semester about the Holocaust called Night. So usually people think of Holocaust, they think of Hitler. For the synonyms, I like this middle one, devastation. Parts of California are experiencing a Holocaust right now because of the forest fires. I think I heard that they've hit records for how many acres of land have been destroyed because of the forest fires right now. I just can't imagine living with that threat all the time. We're very blessed where we are.
Like the definition and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we just write the word and then write what you highlight as the definition.
Mm-hmm. And then the part of speech and one of the synonyms. Yep. So impervious, this is my really bad attempt at the Captain America shield. And like an arrow or you know, some type of weapons coming at him, but he's able to knock it off. So not affected or hurt by, it's an adjective. And again, I like the middle synonym, resistant. Yeah, I think last time we had you go on Quizlet, and I wasn't happy with that. I think this helps more when I kind of talk about it with you. Any word that ends in IOUS is going to be an adjective. Because I give you little tips like that that they don't have in Quizlet. So one thing that students sometimes find helpful is, like, after they write the words down, highlighting the words based on their part of speech. So like all of your adjectives might be yellow, all of your nouns might be purple or something like that. So your next one is impetus. It's a noun. Typically if a word ends in US, it's going to be a noun. So it's some sort of moving force, something that drives you to do something else. And I can't remember why I have stomping feet at a door. I can't remember why I did that. Unless that, you know, if you hear stomping outside, that might be the impetus for you to open the door and see what's going on. I can't remember why I drew that. But impulse could be your synonym there. Like it forces you to, an impetus forces you to do something. Like when teachers update grades, that's an impetus for students to go in and, oh, I have some missing work.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so number 14, Jeopardy. Do you ever watch that TV show?
Yeah, I think
Yeah. So Danger, risk, or hazard are both good synonyms. I don't have a picture for that because I think that one's pretty straightforward. You know, they call it jeopardy because you're always in danger of losing all your money if you answer the question incorrectly. And it's a noun. Okay, and then number 15 is meticulous. That's an adjective. It's someone who's very particular about details. You're on the yearbook staff. I feel like you're probably a pretty meticulous person, like paying attention to those small details. So this is like a text and a magnifying glass over it so somebody can look at it more closely. I would do painstaking as your adjective there. Do you keep a clean, organized room too at home? Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. See, they have the synonym fussy here. See, I see meticulous as very positive. I think it's a good quality to have. And then number 16 is nostalgia. It's a noun, and longing for something past. There's really not a good synonym for it. I don't really see it as homesick. I see it more like you're looking at something from the past and it makes you happy. It's good memories. That's why I put a little plus beside it, because it's a positive word. There's a poem that I sometimes read with the sophomores, and I haven't done it with you guys yet, called Where I'm From, and it's very nostalgic. She's thinking about her childhood and how she climbed trees and spending time with her grandparents and all that. It's just a really sweet poem. Right now we have nostalgia for the times when we didn't have to wear masks and we could go be with our friends and family. Yeah. So this next one is quintessence. It's a, there isn't one. Yeah. Quintessence is a noun, the purest form of something. So like, I use a star here as a symbol because we put stars on like work that's well done. Did you get little star stickers when you were in elementary school? You know, in Hollywood, you have the sidewalk there with the Hollywood stars. They're supposed to be the best of the best kind of thing. So that's why I drew a star there. And I do not claim to be the greatest artist. I try. And I would put exemplar as your synonym, because it reminds me of the word example. It's like the best example of something. And then number 18 is retrogress. You think you're going to get it on that page? I like how you also skip lines. I think it helps you read it better. So it's a verb to move backwards, so that's why I drew the arrow going back instead of forward. And I think revert, because you know anything is to go back. I think that's a good synonym. So retrogress, revert.
Synonyms down.
I would put revert, since it starts with R-E. That always means to go back. And then number 19, you have scrutinize. It's a verb, to examine closely, to inspect. And that's that's supposed to be somebody with their glasses on. Scrutinizing something. So a meticulous person might scrutinize the yearbook pages to make sure all of the people's names are spelled correctly. So meticulous is the adjective, but scrutinize is the verb. And if you scrutinize, you're inspecting. Are y'all ready for the last one? Okay, the last one is tepid. It can mean lukewarm, like water. Tepid water. Some people say, you know, I like my water with a lot of ice. But according to the scientists, drinking lukewarm water is better for your system, but I want something cold. Or if you're talking about people, it can mean unenthusiastic. And it's an adjective, and I would, for the synonym, put half-hearted. You know, I'd rather somebody say they didn't like something than to say, I don't care. Tepid people are like, it doesn't matter to me, one way or the other. So you do have a video for the first 10 from yesterday.